What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unique. So yes, I am doing my second Necromancer unique in a row. I happen to have like 5 or 6 of these. I'm not going to do them all in a row, but that's why I'm actually doing these Necromancer ones, because I've been sleeping on the Necromancer. So I figured that I might as well go ahead and start getting caught up with those. So I brought you 2 today. So this one's called Venomlord's Visage, and I kind of like this one actually, and I think you'll understand why when we get into the affixes here. So +1 to all skills. That is good, but for an elite weapon is kind of low, especially because at least in the modded version, right, of Diablo 2, in this Diablo 2 Reimagined, a lot of items that are elite are rolling with 2 to 3 to all skills. So 1 to all skills really isn't all that impressive, but I'll still take it regardless. +20 to Inferno. That is huge right there. So if you don't know what Inferno does, let me go ahead and explain that to you. Inferno is basically like a flamethrower. Now you have to be careful with it, because the higher you go up in level with it, the more mana it's going to drain, but the further and more damage that you will actually do with it. At level 4, I think it's like 55 damage that you actually do with Inferno. So level 20 is nothing to scoff at, and it is a sorceress skill. So it is kind of cool that you get a sorceress skill that you can add to your Necromancer simply by finding this unique. I don't know how much I would actually be using Inferno, and as crazy as it sounds, I actually could see myself using this on a Poison Nova Necro because of what is to come. So the next affix here is +3 to attract. So when you cast attract, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the words right to say this properly, because it is a little bit confusing. It causes affected monsters to actually attack the unaffected monsters. But there is an issue with that, in that it actually makes it so that the affected monsters don't necessarily attack just the ones that are unaffected. It makes it so that they attack anything close to them. So if the Necromancer is too close, then they will just attack the Necromancer anyways. So the effectiveness of attract is very dependent upon your build. Now, if you're a Poison Nova Necro or a Daggermancer, that's going to be good for you, because if you're close to them and you want to kill them as fast as possible, obviously, but if you're either one of those builds, it's easier for you to kill things the closer they get to you. This is very specific to a specific class of the Necromancer. Sorry, it's kind of hard for me to explain this, but it is a little mind-bendy when you think about it. So because you would think that that wouldn't be good for you, right? Like if you are a ranged character, you don't, it's like a minion Necromancer, you don't want them coming to you. Now they can and will attack enemies that are unaffected, and you will get XP when they kill those enemies too. So you could really use attract if you're a Poison Nova or a Daggermancer. You can use it so that the enemies come towards you and you can kill them faster, which is why I like this item, because I happen to usually be a Poison Nova Necromancer. But the downside of that is if you're a minion Necromancer, I don't think you're going to want to be using this unique. Now there is a couple other things on this, such as life tap. +3 to life tap might help your minion Necromancer, but not really, because you're not really in there fighting things either. So it really, to me, feels like if you're going to use this unique, then you would probably only want to use this on primarily a Daggermancer, maybe a Poison Nova Necro, but pretty much just the Daggermancer, in my opinion. Let's keep going though with these affixes. You also get fire resist of 93, which means you can effectively get rid of every single charm that you have in your inventory that has any fire resist on it whatsoever. You don't even need that fire resist anymore inside the charms, because you have 93% fire resist, which is amazing. That's crazy amounts of fire resist. So if you want to use it for that, I guess you could, but there are things that you can use that would probably be better than this. But again, that depends on your class, or specifically it depends on your build. So it also gives you +47 life after each demon kill, which again would be good for Poison Nova or Daggermancer. This one rolled with 3% to experience gained, which is also good. I think it can get up to 5%. So obviously, me personally, like I've been saying, I would much rather have 5% to experience gain, but I'll take the 3 on this if I ever decide to make either a Daggermancer or a Poison Nova Necromancer. I don't really like Daggermancers all that much, so I would probably only ever use this on a Poison Nova Necro. So that's primarily what I would use it for. This one is kind of divisive because I think some people would love this, but I also think some people would hate this because it's very build specific. So I guess it really just depends on what your build is. So yeah, that's all for this one. Thank you for sticking with me to let me explain that, and everybody have a good day, and late.